Hello everyone, my name is Muir and we've got something new for you today. However, before we get into the video, I'd like to take a moment to tell you that nearly 70% of people who watch our videos are not subscribed. If you're not subscribed, you could do me a huge favor by liking the video, commenting below, subscribing to the channel, and ringing that bell. It really helps with the channel and lets me know that you're liking what I'm making. Alright, without further ado, let's get into the video. Hello everyone, my name is Muir and this is Starsector version 0.95.1a-RC3. RC4 only makes some minor bug changes like hiding the developer messages and stuff like that. But what we have here is the Vanguard. Now it's an unending barrage variant of it, meaning it can fire all its weapons forever, and it has a bunch of point defense and missiles. So what this means is that this is fantastic as an escort, and it can kill other ships if those other ships use shields, because that will make them very easily get overwhelmed. Now it has two weapon systems. It has damper field, just like a Muir, and it has burn drive. Now, what does it have in terms over here? We have expanded missile racks, unstable injector, integrated targeting unit, auxiliary thrusters, and resistant flux conduits. So what does this mean? Well, if it gets hit by a salamander, that's not a big deal. It doesn't have shields, so we'll typically try to use this damper field to negate damage from missiles. These all make pretty decent point defense, but they're more here to force down enemy ship shields. Over here we have these swarmer missiles. Don't be fooled into thinking these are actually for fighters. These are actually intended to be your anti-armor. Now, what does this all mean? Against frigates that use shields, this is pretty good. Against frigates that don't use shields, this is terrible. Against fighters, it's decent. Against a lone carrier, it can be okay. So, how do things fit? Well, we have swarmer missiles. We also have all these dual light machine guns on their own hot group. So against most enemy ships, this will last for an extremely long period of time. It can hold an enemy ship that's higher than its weight category, but it will most likely fall to that eventually. Let's go ahead and show you what I'm talking about. Let's put it up against a Lasher, one of the more common enemies that you'll encounter. And what we're going to see here is the Lasher's going to come in. We can just go over here so we can close this distance nice and quick. The Lasher's going to try its special, which is fine. Now we just want to stay out of that until it wears off, and then we want to move in and just start wrecking that Lasher. As you can see, its shields maxed out very quickly, and we're just going to stay up in his face, give him a hug, you know, the usual. The only thing we have to watch out for are his missiles, because those harpoons would be painful. Alright, let's just make sure that his harpoons can't do much to us, and our damper field basically protects us from the majority of the damage that they would cause us. And we can probably evade them for the most part. Alright, sounds good. Just eating the damage from those harpoons did most of that damage to us. And goodbye. Yeah, as you can see, most of the damage came from the machine guns. You can put other things on here if you want. So if you wanted to slap harpoons or something on here, you could do that. However, you could also use breaches. The only thing is this. If you are going to pilot it, sure, put breaches on there. It'll be better. If the AI is going to pilot it, use swarmer missiles. The AI does not like to use its breach missiles. It uses them similarly to how it uses harpoons and torpedoes. So it won't use them to burst down enemy shields. It will use them only when the enemy only when the ship is going to die, or when the enemy ship is fluxing, is venting, overloaded. Only when the enemy ship is venting or overloaded. That's the only time it will use its breaches. So, how well does it work against something that punches a little higher than its weight class? Not well. Against modified frigates like mules, it's okay, but against everything else, it can struggle a little bit. So, we To win, what we have to do is we need to get around this. However, we're going to struggle with that. However, if we can get around the destroyer, then we can win. Alright, so since we're in the back, we can win now. It's all just a matter of getting him to... It's all just a matter of actually getting to his engines. Alright, we are in his engines now, so we can take him down. All we do have to do is just stay here. However, the AI isn't going to be smart enough to do this, so just be aware. The ship is maneuverable, however, not enough so that it won't make mistakes. Now the other thing is, you do want that EMP resist, because that is going to allow you to overload the enemy. However, there's the problem that no shields is bad for this. It means that basically when those start firing, that's going to hurt every time. And yeah, even just staying back there shooting it with the amount of armor damage we have, it's just not enough. If we instead replace those with breaches, that can make all the difference, because breaches do quite a bit more damage than those interceptor missiles. However, as I said, you will need to fire them. You will need to pilot the ship. You cannot... It will not work if you are... Ah. Can you turn it up early now? I don't remember. So what we're going to want is for him to charge like that so we can get behind him. So those are going to do quite a bit more damage if we can force his shields down or force him to flux. Okay, our missiles are ready. Good, he's venting, that works for me. As you can see, he is already starting to have some problems, and we're already getting farther along than we were last time. Now, if we can make him waste those thumper shots when our damper field is up, then that can work great for us. What I want is that, because that's when I can get all the good damage on him. And that will be that. Well, it would be that. Alright, nice. Now also keep in mind you can turn on your damper field and your charge at the same time, if you want to. So, this is the version I recommend you use if you're actually piloting it. If you're not piloting it, go with the fighter missiles, the swarmer missiles, because the AI will actually use those. Alright guys, my name is Muir. This has been Starsector version 0.95.1a-RC3. RC4 is not all that different in terms of the ships from RC3, so don't worry about it too much, it'll still work. Alright guys, I'll catch you later. Go ahead and leave me a like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and just share the video with whoever you think would like it. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.